How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a heroic day today as we take a look at how I was able to get 24, 25,000. Guys, cool if we round up? I think it sounds better, so let's go with it. Gonna take a look at how I was able to get that much in 3 attacks. So we are gonna take a look at a Balloon Lagoon right off the bat. Very nice 2-shot, because this one is worth 8,500 capital peak points. This base is a little bit of a different layout where they actually put all of their defenses in that top corner. And while the rock artilleries are pretty well protected, we can very easily just put our graveyard spell on top of them and not have to worry about anything else. It's perfect. Because now we can try and utilize some of the Larry barrels on this right hand side and then send the rest of the troops up the middle. We're trying to be very careful on the deployment and using our rams to try and take out these rock artilleries so that most of these wizards stay healthy. And of course, the rock artillery gets off one more last shot and almost one-shots all the wizards. Not ideal, but that is the way the cookie crumbles. So here we're able to see that we took out the entire left side of the base, and now we're just working on this last section. So here we're coming in with the fully classic army composition, the 10 wizards, 8 giants, 8 rams, 3 graveyards. Not too worried about this rock artillery since we're going to have a bunch of giants trying to distract it. But we do, if you notice, delay the super wizards just a tad. They did still eat up one shot, but now that the rock artillery is destroyed, now we don't have to worry about all that splash damage hitting the wizards. Nothing too crazy on the cleanup here. Just gonna fast forward. The thing that really added a bunch of time was that these defenses over here surprisingly did not go down to the Larry barrels. Don't know how, they must have just taken a weird path, or maybe there were some bombs. Anyhow, we're now going to take a look at a Wizard Valley. Once again, another nice 2-shot. This Wizard Valley actually has a much different layout as well. This clan was kind of cool. They actually changed up their bases a little bit, so they weren't just completely standard. So in this one, a lot of times, like almost all the defenses are on this middle island, whereas this base, there's a lot of stuff actually on the left hand and the right hand side of the base. So we're doing a little bit of a split. We're having sort of half our army go on the bottom left side, and then half our army go across the bridge and take out this midsection. We do notice that both the giant cannons are on the back side of the base, so nothing really to worry about on this front side. Just letting the super wizards go crazy, letting all the troops tank for them, so they can try and get as much of the base taken out as possible. So we got 43% on that first attack, and have set up the base perfectly for a second attack. Here I noticed that we actually cleared a bunch of the stuff below the giant cannons, so that one P.E.K.K.A. will actually tank both giant cannons. So now we're trying to come up from the left-hand side of the base and try to go clockwise around to finish it up. We go pretty heavy on the wizards on the left-hand side to try and speed through those giant cannons. Then we have a few wizards going in the middle with a bunch of giants to finish out that portion of the base. Of course, we have our skeletons spawning from the graveyards, doing a very nice job, distracting. So all that is left is this last section of the base. Just saving the rams, so that once the previous section gets cleared, drop one ram, open up the next wall, and so on. So we're even able to get an extra 103 bonus gold. And last but not least, we're taking a look at a Builder's Workshop, my personal favorite base to attack. This one is only worth 8,000 points. However, finally, a different layout. I'm amazed. I've attacked the basic layout of the Barbarian or the Builder's Workshop so many times. Blows my mind. So here we notice that there are some of those trash buildings, but as soon as we clear those, it actually separates the base into a left side and a right side. So of course, I think just naturally I like to go for the left-hand side of the base. And we can see here that this blast bow, while it is on the other side of the base, it is incredibly vulnerable to the graveyard spells. So we just drop a couple of the graveyard spells over the key defenses, and then we try and spread out our troops along this bottom left side of the base so that they can sort of work through this entire row of spear throwers. Kind of a cool design, but not very effective, unfortunately. So we do unfortunately have everything kind of gathering up here in the middle. So we do take some nasty hits from the giant cannon. Now we are just trying to snag a couple more things. Fortunately, all these wizards do get out in front and all get annihilated from the giant cannon. So now we just have the giants going to town, just doing a little bit of damage. And that last giant actually did pull a zap trap right before it died, which is awesome. So now we're just going to deploy the last two graveyards for sure over the last two multi-targeting defenses. Then we drop another one on this right-hand corner of the base just for giggles. I wanted to sort of see if the wizard towers and the mortar can defend two graveyards. But now we're just continuing our clockwise motion, starting at the top side of the base and trying to move down through the last portion of the base. Just going to speed it up a little bit, because really we only have a couple more battle rams left, and we're just going to sprinkle them in just so they stay just in front of the super wizards. And unfortunately, the two graveyard spells did not take out that multi-mortar because it was protected by the two wizard towers, so unfortunately, they were not spawning fast enough, so there was not enough to overwhelm the two wizard towers. But we get an additional 170 bonus gold from that raid. Kind of crazy. So I hope this video was helpful. We attacked a bunch of variety of bases and almost got 25,000. So thank you so much for sticking around until this point of the video. If you have, I welcome you to subscribe. There's lots of other cool videos that I put out. Like there should be 2 more on the screen if you want to check them out. And if you are so inclined, you can like the video for the YouTube algorithm. That helps me out a bunch too. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.